Today I am heading out to a gorgeous location called Mount Timbiwa. So it's pronounced tin, like T-I-N, beer, like a cold drink, and wa, Mount Timbiwa. And it's a 27 million year old volcanic remnant. It's an amazing lookout that looks over the town of Noosa. It drives up a few hills. I'll just put my window up for this noise. And today I'm heading up to the top of it to show you what my town looks like and our little drive on the way there. And I'm wearing my t-shirt, my favorite t-shirt that said drove my Chevy to the, and I've been wearing it when I head out on different drives. And it sort of gets me thinking about, sorry, there's a little rattle there, about all the locations that I drove my Chevy to. So we're going to get out and about wearing my drove my Chevy 2 t-shirt and see so many different locations, and I want to share those with you. I hope you can see some scenery out the back. It's a little bit of a bumpy road, but this town is part of the Cubby Cubby, is our indigenous traditional owners, the traditional owners of the land here that I live on. And this name in their language means going up to the top of the hill, also place of grass and trees in the indigenous culture here. And it's wonderful to respect that and go and visit these amazing places. And they're so good to see and get to know these Australian locations. So I thought, oops, sorry about the gear change, I'd share those with you as I'm going along. So it's a nice little windy drive up here to the top of this old volcanic remnant, and then I'm going to have a walk from the car park up to the top, and I'll show you a bit more when I get there about these amazing views in this incredible place. So I've just passed a sign that says Tewantin National Park. So Tewantin is the area that I'm in now, and Mount Timbiwa is part of this region. So it's like in the hinterland of the Noosa Shire. So you'll see more when I get to the top. I'll just keep driving. It's a really bumpy road, and I'll see you when I get to the car park. Oh, so I've arrived at the car park. It was an amazing drive up all those hills, but it's such a beautiful location. So we'll jump out now and walk up to the top, take you with me so you get to see the beautiful sights of Noosa. But before I go, I'm wearing my Drove Chevy 2. I don't know if you can see this. I'll show you again on the way. T-shirt, which is part of our merchandise range. So I've designed a really unique range of t-shirts and caps and hoodies based on Sunshine Chevy and our journey here in Queensland, Australia. So you can grab those off the merchandise store. Hello. Oh, thank you so much. And thank you. You can, yeah, grab them from our merchandise store. I'll put a link in the description. It's always so nice. I just saw those people walking up the climb up here, and yeah, it's really nice to get that feedback from people. Yeah, so much fun to hear that. So anyway, I am going to head off now and show you at the top of the lookout, and then yeah, it's just another location that drove my Chevy to. There's so many amazing places actually here that Chevy and I head out for drives to. It's so much fun. We see so many people on the way. We have great chats, and you know, it makes me think about all the amazing places that I drive Chevy to. So, you know, if you're heading out in your Chevy as well and thinking about places that you drove your Chevy to, please put them in the comments. I would love to hear. And yeah, some of the places we head off to, I'll share them with you after I get up here for the walk. It's a really warm day, so I better take some water with me. Got my water bottle, got my hat on and my sunnies, my walking shoes. I'll leave Sunshine here in the car park, and I'll do a quick walk up and show you at the top of this, yeah, amazing lookout at the top of this volcanic remnant that just sits up in the mountains here above Noosa. Anyway, I'll head off now, and I'll see you again soon. Not sure if you can hear that sound. Sounds to me like an alarm, but I think it's a cicada. There's lots of creatures here in the trees. Or it could be a car alarm. Not sure what that sound is, but the view's pretty special. Okay, let's keep climbing up this hill. We're almost at the top. You can already see the ocean. There's lakes out there which almost are on the back of the sea line out there, the coast. And there's the town of Noosa. Right, I'll head up to the top and I'll show you more. So we're almost at the top of the lookout. You can already see some amazing things out here. Hope you enjoyed the gum trees and the other things on the way. And yeah, I'll walk up to the lookout now and show you the 360-degree views of this amazing place. Okay, we'll head up to the lookout. It's a stunning view from up here. It's nice and shady on this hot summer day. So it gives you little key points around here. So we're looking up now over the back to Lake Wyber. I'm just going to put my drink down and I'll be able to point to the areas. So this is Noosa out here. Let's see if we can get a little closer on the camera. So yeah, Noosa is sort of the main area of Noosa Heads is out here. We live on the beach, just somewhere over there. And the amazing thing about this region is Noosa has just been voted as the happiest and most welcoming place to visit and live in the world, which is an amazing thing. It was just announced this week. There's a lot more information online about that, so if you want to do a search of Noosa and know a little bit more, but it is a beautiful natural region. There's limits on no high rises here. There's a very eco-sustainable mindset around here. Beautiful natural spaces. You can see it is just very green, and we don't have huge mountains here, but that's Mount Koroi, that one, which is really nice to climb. Way down there, I'll try and point to them, is Mount Coolum. If I can zoom in a little bit, sorry about this, but let's try zooming. I'm not sure if that's any closer. But yeah, so we go from the coast out to beautiful town of Karoi, and then in the background more of the hills of the hinterland. There's a nice lake just out here. There's the water supply comes out of the dam in that lake. I hope you can see this. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. No, it's not changing, so I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you can see when I publish this. It's a little dark on my screen, so I'll do my best to show you. But yeah, that's the dam at Lake McDonald with Mount Karura in the background. So one of the videos, I'll put a little link to it, and it shows a drive I did with Paul one day out to Pomona, which is that town out there, for coffee and to take Chevy for a drive. And we chatted about the Chevy restoration. So that's Pomona out there. And then there's a nice mountain range at the back. And then we're heading north. We're looking north now. Not sure what the peaks are up there, but it's up towards the Gympie region. Let's have a little look here. Actually, it says Mount Wolvi. I do remember the name of that there. So there it is there in the background. And this one here is Lake Catharaba and Kalula. So Kalula is a really well-known region here. It's the drive all the way up the beach along here, and if you keep heading north, you go to Fraser Island, which is now called Gari, which is the original Indigenous name. So that is the beautiful sandy Kalula region. So there's some lovely lakes here where you can camp and paddle along there, and it sits just beautifully behind the coastline all the way up north there. So then we wrap back around and we're looking back into Noosa Heads, where I've just driven from today. You'll see the beaches there. The headland and the point at the end is Noosa National Park. One of my favourite places to walk through there. It's a beautiful rainforest. It is just unspoilt in there, and there's amazing beaches on the way. So the national park actually sits right on the coast and on the beautiful beaches. Then there's a river that comes in, and you'll see some boats in there. So I spend a lot of time down there. I swim most mornings along the beach, which is my go-to thing first thing in the morning, and then coffee with family and friends. And it's a beautiful way to start the day. So it's a very healthy lifestyle here. We have a lot of fun things to do and places to go. But the thing that I love about living in, especially on the Sunshine Coast, is we have amazing beaches here. I've travelled a lot of the world, and I think the best beaches are here on the Sunshine Coast. So if you ever visit, make sure you come to Noosa and any of the beaches along the Sunshine Coast. But then you come out into the hinterland and you have the mountains and the countryside and beautiful farms, fresh produce, great wine, dairy out here. So it's just very diverse, and it's a beautiful place to live. So I've been here 30 years. I came from Sydney and I moved to Noosa from Sydney 30 years ago, and love every part of this beautiful region. So I'm going to head back down to Sunshine Chevy, and we'll go on a little drive, but we'll make our way all the way back down there into Noosa. Okay, I'll grab my water, have a drink before I go, and then I'll head back down again. We're going to head down this way, down the stairs. We'll see you at the bottom. Well, I'm back at Sunshine Chevy in the car park now. That was an amazing walk, and I really hope that you enjoyed all the footage from the great walk and up at the lookout of Noosa, where we live. So now it's time to think about where I'm going to drive my Chevy to next. I think on the way home I need to go to the servo, which is an Aussie term for the service station. We need to grab some fuel. But the other places that we drive Chevy to are the beach, to the barbecue, to the pub. Here on the Sunshine Coast, there is so much to see. So remember, tell me in the comments where you drive your Chevy to. Thanks again for watching. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you next time on the locations that we drove our Chevy to.